Let's start. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Estes from the Philippines. So it's my pleasure to be here in front of you, sharing our country's educational system and my school life in De La Salipa. So, as the one of the great national hero that we have, Dr. Jose Rizal says that the youth is the hope of our future. Great beginning starts in the four walls of the classroom. And obviously, a child starts learning when he enters the classroom, and we educators are the agent of learning. That's why we are a great impact for them as well. So I'll be discussing to you two things. The first one is in terms of the Department of Education, and the other one is my own school. So the Department Education, or DepEd as we call it in our country, is the one that creates, implements the curriculum, the system to all the public and private school. But definitely for the private school, we can change a bit, okay? We can increase the standard, and we have some accreditation for us to be able to compete with other countries as well. But in terms of the public school, they are following the same standard as regulated by the Department of Education. It's also the one that utilize the funds, okay, in terms of constructing the classrooms. So they are the one giving the funding for the books and hiring teachers as well. Our educational system in the Philippines is normally influenced by the colonial history, such as the Spanish, the Japanese, and obviously the American system that we have. And during 1945 to 2011, so the basic educational system in our country will be starting from grade 1. We don't have kinder before, though in private school we have. But in the public school, I'm referring to the public school in here. So we have 6 years of basic education, wherein students are starting at an age of 7 until 12, 11 that they have. Secondary is for 4 years, and for those who cannot go through college or special degrees that we have, so we also have this technical and vocational for 2 years. It's more of the tech book that we call in our country. So it's more of a skill base, doing same thing with what Moses have shared. It's more of mechanical thing, construction, different things, household thing that they can do, okay, to earn a living immediately. And then in higher education, so we have here the colleges, okay, we have a lot of courses offering. And then public schools from elementary to college that we have in our country is around 46,200, while private schools we have around 12,000 to 800 schools. Academic year starts from June to March, so it's a tropical country that we have. That's why the summer that we have will be from March until May. So we will be having the summer vacation right now. But last year, the government start implementing to have a school year that starts in August. It's because of a lot of typhoon that we experience all throughout June, July, and August. That's why some of the university already started this school year, okay, to start the school year at around early part of September because of the problem in terms of flooding that we experience in urban schools. That's why they are shifting the academic school year. But in terms of high school and elementary, we are still having this academic school year. It's only with the universities that they change this school year. And then our language of instructions are English and Tagalog. So all subjects are taught in English except for what we call the mother tongue. So like Maki is from the central part. So what's the Cebuano is their mother tongue. I'm from the northern part of the Philippines, so ours is Tagalog. So if you are on other parts, so you are having this mother tongue language. But basically all subjects are taught in English. In terms of the percentage of college graduate all throughout the country, it's only 21% who can finish college. And then it's around 15 to 20% which are out of school. Same thing in Uganda, which I was able to hear as well, due to almost the same problem that we experience. One is in terms of poverty. Even though public schools are free, but there are some expenses such as some projects, they are the one paying for it. And if their parents don't have enough income, so they are not sending their children to elementary nor to high school. And a lot of percentage is more of lack of interest to go to school. How come? Because you will be seeing later that some of the schools are very far from their home. They are walking around 20, 30 minutes until 1 hour to reach the school area. That's why some of the students lack interest of going to school because of the distance from their place to the school that they are having. And though there are some transportation, but it's very expensive if they will be still paying instead of using the money to buy food for them. And also, marriage life, okay, is very evident in our country. During the previous years, women are not allowed to go to school. That's a mentality that we have. It's only women, you will be just staying at home, but right now, it have changed already. There's a lot of women who are working at the same time, having their own family. But obviously, we have a great percentage of students, young who goes to married life already. So this is a typical public school in our country. So the first photo that I have here is what I'm telling you, that their house is a bit far from the school where the school is constructed in a certain area. Because normally, the land area used for the school are being donated by rich people. So that's why they don't have an option to build house in this thing because of the money from the government as well. So these are the typical schools, though they are all concrete, but there are some schools also that are not concrete. Okay? And this one, so students are normally sitting together, okay? Boys and girls can sit together. And we have around 40 to 50 students inside the classroom. And this photo that you can see is that they are sharing a certain blackboard, okay? It's because typically we experience this thing after a typhoon. Normally, due to the heat of the typhoon in our country, so classrooms are destroyed. That's why when students go back again, and it takes time for it to rehabilitate those classrooms, that's why they will be sharing some classroom for them to continue, okay, the learning process and finish the entire curriculum that we have. It's because, just an information, normally we experience 20 typhoon in a year. Our country is surrounded by bodies of water. We have 7,107 islands. That's why we are in the Pacific Ring of Fire. We also experience some earthquake and all this stuff. That's why, though, we are working hard, okay, to have the best education that we could have in our country. Hey, I'll just go back. This one at the middle is the department, the secretary of the education in our country. He's a brother, and he is a brother in the school where I am teaching. So he became the Department of Education Secretary appointed by the President, who gave a great contribution and effort because starting 2011 and this school year, 2016-2017, the Philippines will be working hard for this new setup of K-12 curriculum. Though it started in 2011, that they are starting to work on with some changes in the curriculum, but this school year, 2016-2017, it will be fully implemented all throughout the country. So what is this K-12? So that we can be in line with other countries, because we are the only country in the Southeast Asia who is not gearing towards K-12. So it is our first time to have this thing. So we will be having the kindergarten as well. So grades 1 to 6, so same core learnings that we have, but the mother tongue is there. It depends on what region are you in the Philippines. And then focusing on some science, okay, mathematics things, so all those core subjects that we have. Then we have here grade 7 to 8, so we call it the new high school year, 1 and 2. Core learning areas, RTLE, it will be included. And then grades 9 to 10 are what we call the new high school year 3-4, core learning areas, and student choice. So students have a freedom now to choose what technological thing that they would be gearing towards to. If they would like to be in music, in arts, in sciences, so they will be deciding in this particular part. And then this one is the 2 additional year, which we will be having this academic specialization, technical vocation, sports and arts specialization. So with the addition of 2 more years, basically it's 3 years because of the kindergarten. Okay? The addition of 2 more years hopefully would have higher standards in education, and also for our students to have more job market, so that if they don't want to push through to college, so they can have more opportunity, okay, to have this skill-based program for them to find works already or job for their families. Okay, so let's have now. So that's the educational system in our country. So this one is my school. St. John Baptiste de La Salle is the patron saint of teacher. It started in Reims, France. So there are a lot, almost 300 schools in France. And one of the basic goal of De La Salle, okay, he's a rich person. He tries to sell everything just to put up a school because he wants school for those students who cannot afford to go to school. So that was his goal, to put out a lot of school for those people who cannot go to school because it's very expensive to go to school. And then the seal of St. John Baptiste de La Salle focuses on 3 things. That's why when you see their names, the brother's name, like Brother Armin, you will be seeing Brother Armin Luistro, FSC. What does FSC stands for? Faith, Service, and Communion. So this is the main goal of all the La Salle system, that we have more of faith, okay, so it's a Catholic school, and then it's more of service, okay, in the community. That's why we will be seeing in the photos there are a lot of community service that we are doing, not only for students but also teachers as well. And then in terms of service, so they are hiring teachers because there are few brothers that we have around the world. That's why we are called lay teachers. Okay, so this one are the different goals of a La Sallian school. So obviously, patron saint of teachers. So the other thing, we always mention this thing, leave Jesus in our hearts. So it's a common prayer that we have. I'll show it to you later on. So, and then this one are, those colored thing are the different La Salles all over the world. So we have a lot also in DC, okay, in Arizona we have St. Mary's as well in California. And then we have at least 25 schools in Malaysia. We have in Senegal, we also have La Salle School in Senegal. In Mexico, we have the Colegio La Salle de Puebla. In Brazil, we also have Colegio La Salle. Okay? And in, where else? In India, we have the Boys Town School. Okay? These are supervised, some of them are supervised school by La Salle. Some are private, most of them are private, but some of the public schools are supervised schools that we have. And in the Philippines, in my country, this one, in the Southeast Asia, so we have 17 La Salle schools. Okay, so these are the 17 logos in my country, in the Philippines, and this is my school, De La Salle Lipa. So in the Luzon part, northern part, so there are 5 schools. And then in the central part, we have at least 3 schools there. And then in the southern part, we also have some of the schools. This one, Antipolo is in Luzon. So this thing. And the main school that we have in the capital of the Philippines is this one, De La Salle University in Manila. So it's more of a college, okay, master's degree, doctorate degree, so we have it here. But all of the elementary, high school, and some colleges are all around the country. So these are what we call the La Salle brothers. So that's their normal. So it's not a typical thing like priest. So, and they're all seniors. That's why we are still recruiting some more people to be brothers. Okay. And what's in my school, in De La Salle Lipa? So it's in Luzon. It's called De La Salle Lipa. Lipa is a city in the province of Batangas. So we have here, this is the population in my school. So we have pre-elementary, 335, grades 1 to 6. So we have 1,480. So it's a big school. Grade 7 to 10, okay, where I am in grade 7 to 10, 2,676. Imagine in one grade level, we have 16 sections. This is a private school and the tuition is very expensive. How come we have a lot of students in there? Because it's the pioneer in my province. And because of the name itself, that's why a lot of students go in it, because there is already a college as well. You can go to other colleges in the different parts of the Philippines for you to be able to have your degree in there. And then, okay, faculty and support staff that we have in my school is 700, a total of 700 of them. So it's really crowded in our school. That's why we only see each other whenever there's a gathering, okay, an institutional gathering such as Christmas party or sports fest, okay, once or twice in a year. And then our school starts also from June to March, though we have semestral breaks such as Christmas and then summer vacation. It will be starting this week. Okay, so students will be having a 2-month-long vacation. So, like why I said, it's expensive. But the thing there, because of our patron saint, Saint John Baptist de La Salle, 38% of the total population of our students are having the free education through scholarship. Where do we get the scholarship? One, coming from those rich people. Okay, there are a lot of, the teachers also like me, so we are also having this program. You're giving some of your salary, a percentage of your salary goes to the educational system that we have there. So it's just a small one that we have. And then we also have another thing that we are doing in our province and also in other La Salle school is that all the valedictorian or the first honor in each public school automatically gets a free school in our country. Okay, in our school, in every parts of the La Salle school in the Philippines. So if you are the number one student in your public school, so automatically you get a scholarship in our, and you call this one the entrant academic scholarship that we have. And my son is under the Brother President Scholarship. It's our privilege there as teachers. All our, it's not all, at least until three children. So you'll be having the free education in La Salle School from elementary to college. So that's the thing that we have. So at least we are still increasing, having some more donations from other agencies for us to be able to increase the number of scholars that we have. So this is my campus, De La Salle pa. So DLSL. Okay, these are some of the facilities that we have, the building. So it's a very big one. One area is for elementary. This is our capilla. One elementary is for the elementary, this one. The other side is for the college, and this front area is for the high school. So it's really a big thing. And then we are also adopting the K-12 curriculum as what was mentioned. So same thing we'd have. And these are some of my colleagues. So this is the science department of some of my friends there, some of the activities that we have. Oh, that's me. Okay, next one. This is our, in a typical day-to-day activity that we have this what we call PLC, the Professional Learning Community, which I also have seen in some of my, in East Rockingham. The teachers gather for us to be able to prepare our lesson. So we have normally once every week a PLC gathering. And then, so this is a typical classroom discussion that we have. So this is our classroom. We have chalk and board, though we have sometimes OHP. So if you will be reserving the OHP, you have to reserve in advance, or you have to reserve the computer in advance for you to be able to use them. We have a total of 45 students normally in a classroom. So they have their own desk, and students are staying in the classroom for the entire day. It's the teacher who comes in. So it's the students who try to be in the entire classroom from 7:10 until 4 p.m. Though sometimes they are off by 3 p.m., but the same thing with Malaysia. We have those activity every Wednesday and Thursday, and also Friday, that we have this different skills clubs that they are doing. So we have a good science laboratory because of the funding from the De La Salle Philippines that we have. But the laboratory is not enough for the 16 sections that we have. So we have to schedule the use of the laboratory in there. We only have 4 laboratories for 2,000 students. That's why we have to schedule each of the laboratory things that we are doing. So this one, we have a library. We have 3 big libraries, so separated, elementary, college, and high school. So classroom, things that we have. Students, because it's a private school, we normally compete with other schools around the country in different gatherings. We also attend some seminars, okay, for students to enhance their skills as well. And this one is what I'm telling you, that we do a lot of outreach activity. Because it's more of service, that's why it's not only teachers, but also students who do outreach activity. Okay, one of the outreach activity that we have are for the elderly, for some of the public school students, reading some books with them. Others are going to the market. Some students go to the market, or some students go to rehabilitation center. Okay, so those are the typical activities, outreach programs that students are doing for the entire school year. And this one, I'm one of the pioneer of this thing. So we call it SICAT, Si Cristo at Tayo. So we are teaching catechetical missions to all public school because they don't have religion. So we are bringing those students in our school every Saturday, teaching them first hygiene, teaching them how to use the different materials, okay, teaching them how to read, write, and all those stuff. Until such time that we also give them First Communion, we also ask them to do confession. So it's an all year round activity wherein teachers are the one facilitating, but it's the students who work with the students in the public school. So we also have some sports fests. Okay, there is what we call FSA, Faculty Staff Association. So we are electing teachers to become the president, and I became president for 2 years. So we are doing some fundraising activity to increase the scholarship program that we are having in our school. And also this one, we have a cooperative for the faculty in our school as well. So this enhances also the teachers' camaraderie and some of the, to help them also with their financial aid. Okay, so I just would like to, this one, I wrote this thing. So I consider De La Salle Lipa as my second home. Why? It's because there I met my husband. My husband was also a teacher 16 years in teaching in De La Salle Lipa as well. I met him there, but he had his early retirement. And I'm teaching chemistry for 16 years now. I graduated in the main school, which is De La Salle University, taking up BS Biology and Masters of Education major in chemistry. And I was also an alumni of my school where I'm teaching right now. That's why it's really my second home. And my son is having a scholarship there. That's why, how can I leave my institution, my alma mater? And obviously, I also actively engage in some community involvement. So before I was teaching in this is a scholarship that we have, St. Brother Jaime Hilario Learning Community. It's an outreach program for those students who would like to continue education, but they are working during the morning period. So they are working in the morning, and then they come to school in the evening at around 5 p.m. And we teachers are the one volunteering, so we are extending our time teaching students who are working in the morning. And then the one that I mentioned, the CCAT, and also the cooperative that we have. So today, without my alma maters, I won't be here in this ILEP program at JMU, in front of you, sharing my school and sharing the educational system. And some other things that we have here. Okay, so this is my son and my husband. So I'll just show you. Okay, I'll just end this one. Some other photos that we have.
Hail gonna hail to the alma mater. Hail gonna hail to the alma mater. Hail gonna hail to the alma mater.
Hail gonna hail to the alma mater.
Hail gonna hail to the alma mater. Hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, shield of green and white. We'll fight, gonna fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater. Hail, 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 hail.
One more time.
Hail to thee, our alma mater. Hail, 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 hail.
Ang galing mo.
Hail, 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 hail.
Everybody now.
Hail, 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 hail.
Sige pa.
Hail, 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 hail.
You're so fine.
Hail, 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 hail.
Isa pa.
Hail, 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 hail.
Tama na.
Okay, thank you very much.